Hey everyone, especially Star Wars fans. So in honor of the new season of The Mandalorian, I really wanted to make something Star Wars related. My siblings and I grew up with Star Wars in our lives, thanks to our dad, and most of us are big fans of it, including myself. So instead of doing another baking video, I wanted to do something different for this one. I decided to make a tote bag. I have made many tote bags before, but not like this one. It also took me forever to make this tote bag, mainly because I was sewing it all by hand, but the end result is definitely worth it. So I hope all of you will enjoy this video, and maybe even try making it yourself. All of the instructions will be in the description down below. You will need light gray, gray, and black fabrics, scissors, sewing pins, a needle, fabric measuring tape, white and black threads. If you have light gray and gray thread, then you can use that instead. Fabric chalk, something heavy to hold the fabric down. I'm using 3-pound weights. And a picture of the Mandalorian as a reference guide. Take your light gray fabric and lay it out. Measure out your fabric to 17 by 15 inches to use as a guide. Then pin the fabric together and put the weights on the fabric. Make marks for you to use as a guide for the helmet. If you mess up, then take a cloth and wipe off the chalk. Then draw the shape of the helmet while looking at the picture of the Mandalorian as a reference, and using the scissors, cut it out. Lay out your gray fabric and place the pieces you just cut out on top of it, along with the weights. Pin the top, bottom, and sides of the fabrics together. Then cut the gray fabric in the same shape as the light gray fabric. Unpin the fabrics and separate them. Take one piece of the light gray and gray fabric of the helmet and pin them together. Do the same thing with the other two pieces. Now take your white or light gray thread and sew all around it. Measure your thread out as long as you think you'll need to use. To make the thread thicker or stronger, fold it. Then make a big knot at the open end of the thread. Grab your needle and put the loop end of the thread through the loop of the needle. Start sewing on the inside of the helmet so that way the knot is on the inside and not the outside of the helmet. After you're done sewing it together, tie the thread together to make another knot and cut the rest of the extra thread on it. Once you're done doing that, set it aside. Make a 1-inch mark for the horizontal part and a 2-inch mark for the vertical part on the helmet to see where the next pieces are going to go. On the black fabric, measure out 2.5 by 15.5 inches for the horizontal part, and 3.5 by 9 inches for the vertical part of the helmet, and cut them out. Flip over the black pieces you just cut out and fold 1/2 inch of the fabric on both sides, horizontally and vertically. Then pin it to the light gray part of the helmet. Do the same thing to the other piece. Using your black thread, sew the pieces onto the light gray fabric. After you have sewn the pieces on, take the chalk and make the outline for the shadow parts of the helmet. Do the same thing on the gray fabric as shown, and then cut those pieces out. Remove the chalk off of the gray fabric pieces you just cut out. Measure out a 7 by 4 inch vertical piece of light gray fabric and cut it out. Then measure 2 19 by 3 inch vertical pieces for the handles of the tote bag. Pin them together and cut them out. And just like what you did for the black fabric pieces, do the same thing to the light gray and gray pieces. Sew them onto it with the black and white threads, not including the pieces for the handles. Once you have all the pieces sewn onto it, take the gray piece that goes on the inside of the helmet and pin those two pieces all around it together. Take the other half that you have sewn earlier, which is the back part of the helmet, and the front part, which you have been working on. Put the two light gray sides together, then fold the fabric over the gray part. Pin and sew it together up to the black part of the fabric. Then do the same thing on the top of the helmet, but don't sew them together. Sew them separately so that it leaves an opening. After you have sewn it together like this, turn it inside out and smooth out the inside of it. That way the shape will come back to it. Next, grab the light gray pieces you cut out for the handles. Fold, pin, and sew them like you did for the rest of the pieces on the front part of the helmet. Place the handles as shown on the top part of the helmet. Do the same thing to the other side and make sure they're lined up with each other. Sew them together in a square and X shape. And that's it! You're finally done making your very own Mandalorian tote bag. There you have it, the Mandalorian tote bag. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like this video and subscribe for more Star Wars related videos. I would really appreciate it, If I can brighten up your day with one of my videos, then it brightens up my day. Like, it genuinely does. Also, to get notified whenever I post, then click that bell right next to the subscribe button below this video. If you do decide to make the tote bag, then please tweet me or tag me on Twitter or Instagram at SarahTheFangirl7. I would really love to see the picture of your tote bag. All my social media accounts are in the description. So I think that's it. I hope you all have an amazing day. I love you all so much. And look out for my next video, which will be coming out next Friday. Bye everyone, especially Star Wars fans.